A recent security breach involving Google Chrome has raised serious concerns about the risks of zero-day exploits. This incident highlights how vulnerabilities can be weaponized, potentially affecting countless users. On October 28, 2025, Kaspersky reported that a flaw in Google Chrome, identified as CV2025-2783, was actively exploited to distribute spyware from the Italian firm Memento Labs. This vulnerability, which allows attackers to escape the browser's security sandbox, was part of a targeted campaign known as Operation ForumTroll. The operation has been linked to various organizations in Russia since at least February 2024. Next, we'll explore the details of this exploit, the spyware involved, and the broader implications for cybersecurity. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals. On March 2025, Kaspersky disclosed the existence of a significant security flaw in Google Chrome, designated as CV2025-2783, which was identified as a sandbox escape vulnerability. This flaw received a high severity rating with a CVSS score of 8.3, indicating its potential for exploitation. Following this disclosure, the vulnerability was quickly weaponized by a group known as ForumTroll, leading to a series of targeted cyber attacks against various organizations in Russia. By February 2024, the threat actor behind these exploits had already been active, employing sophisticated spear phishing tactics. They sent personalized emails containing links to a legitimate-sounding event, the Primakov Readings Forum, thereby luring victims into clicking through their Chrome browsers. This click would initiate the exploitation of CV2025-2783, allowing attackers to execute malicious code remotely. The espionage tool that emerged from these attacks was the LeetAgent Spyware, developed by Memento Labs. This malware was designed to perform various malicious tasks, including executing commands, managing files, and even operating as a keylogger. Once the initial infection was successful, the spyware could connect to a command and control server, receiving further instructions to expand its malicious capabilities. The broader context reveals that this incident is part of a larger trend of cyber espionage linked to the exploitation of vulnerabilities in widely used software. The ForumTroll group's methods, characterized by their proficiency in Russian and tailored targeting of specific sectors, underscore the evolving nature of cyber threats. Additionally, connections have been drawn between this group and other malicious activities attributed to the Dante APT, indicating a complex web of cybercriminal operations that leverage similar tools and techniques. As the situation unfolds, Memento Labs' acknowledgement of the spyware's connection to their products raises critical questions about the ethics and oversight of surveillance technologies sold to governmental clients. The incident serves as a stark reminder of the fine line between cybersecurity and the potential for misuse of advanced technological tools in the hands of unscrupulous actors. The exploitation of the Chrome zero-day vulnerability has far-reaching implications for various stakeholders. Organizations targeted in this campaign, particularly in Russia and Belarus, face significant risks, including data theft and operational disruption. The espionage activities primarily impacted media outlets, universities, government bodies, and financial institutions, which are now left to grapple with the potential fallout from compromised sensitive information. Memento Labs, the Italian firm behind the LeetAgent Spyware, finds itself at the center of scrutiny. With a history of providing surveillance tools to governmental entities, the firm is now facing reputational damage due to its products being misused for cyber espionage. This incident raises critical questions about the ethical responsibilities of tech companies in ensuring their products are not exploited for malicious purposes. Moreover, the attack exemplifies the growing trend of sophisticated cyber threats that leverage zero-day vulnerabilities. The successful exploitation of CV 2025-2783 underscores a pressing need for organizations to bolster their cybersecurity measures and remain vigilant against targeted phishing attacks. The malware's capabilities, such as remote code execution and command and control functionalities, highlight the advanced techniques employed by threat actors, necessitating an immediate reassessment of existing cybersecurity protocols. The implications extend beyond individual organizations to the broader cybersecurity landscape. This incident serves as a stark reminder of the ongoing arms race between cybercriminals and security professionals. As attackers develop increasingly sophisticated methods, the urgency for improved detection and response mechanisms becomes paramount. Furthermore, the incident may prompt regulatory scrutiny, particularly concerning the sale and use of surveillance technology. Authorities might consider implementing stricter regulations to prevent the misuse of such tools, particularly in light of Memento Labs' admission regarding the exploitation of its spyware by a government client. This could lead to a re-evaluation of how surveillance technologies are marketed and monitored, aiming to curb their potential for abuse. In conclusion, the consequences of this attack reverberate across multiple sectors, from the immediate threats faced by targeted organizations to the broader implications for cybersecurity practices and regulatory frameworks. The incident acts as a catalyst for critical conversations about the responsibility of technology providers and the need for robust defenses against an evolving threat landscape. In the wake of the exploitation of CV 2025-2783, cybersecurity experts are intensifying their investigations into the broader implications of this incident. As the dust settles, Kaspersky and other cybersecurity firms are delving deeper into the operational tactics employed by the attackers. This includes a forensic analysis of the phishing emails that served as the initial vector, with a focus on the sophistication of the lures used to entice victims. The dual nature of the malware, with LeetAgent acting as a precursor to more advanced spyware like Dante, raises questions about the interconnectedness of various cyber threat actors. Analysts are particularly interested in the overlap between the ForumTroll APT group and the Taxoff cluster, as both have demonstrated a penchant for targeting Russian entities. This suggests a coordinated effort that may involve shared resources or even collaboration among groups with similar objectives. Memento Labs' acknowledgement of its spyware's involvement in these attacks adds another layer of complexity to the ongoing investigations. The company's assertion that one of its government clients misused its tools underscores the ethical dilemmas facing cybersecurity vendors. As investigations proceed, there is a pressing need for clarity regarding the identities of the clients who utilized the outdated Windows version of Dante, as well as the potential accountability for the misuse of such powerful surveillance tools. Law enforcement agencies and regulatory bodies are likely to scrutinize Memento Labs and similar firms more closely, as the ramifications of this incident extend beyond immediate cybersecurity concerns. The case may prompt discussions on the regulation of surveillance technology and the responsibilities of firms that develop these tools. As the landscape of cyber threats continues to evolve, the need for robust security measures and ethical guidelines for surveillance technology becomes increasingly critical. Meanwhile, as the investigation unfolds, users are advised to remain vigilant against phishing attempts and ensure their software, including web browsers, is updated regularly. The ongoing dialogue within the cybersecurity community aims not only to address the current exploit but also to bolster defenses against future vulnerabilities that may arise in an ever-changing digital landscape. If you found this update helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to InfoSec Now for the latest cybersecurity news. Your support really helps us continue building useful content for cybersecurity professionals.